Good day, everyone. Today I will explain the step-by-step process of disassembling a CPU or system unit. Disassembly is the process of safely removing the computer's internal components for cleaning, maintenance, repair, or replacement. First of all, remove all of your accessories into your body. Removing accessories is important because it makes the disassembly and assembly of a computer safer, easier, and more organized. If they are not removed, they may accidentally be damaged or cause interference during the process. Next, place the system unit on a stable surface. Remove the screws that secure the side panel and carefully open the case. Once opened, you will be able to see the internal components of the computer. Disconnect power and data cables. Carefully disconnect all cables connected to the motherboard, storage drives, and other devices. Remove the storage devices. Locate the hard disk drive, HDD, or solid-state drive, SSD. Unscrew or unlock the drive from its bay and carefully slide it out. Store it in a safe place to avoid damage. Step 6. Remove the RAM modules. To remove the RAM, press down the retaining clips located on both ends of the memory slot. The RAM module will pop up slightly. Hold it by the edges and gently pull it out. Avoid touching the gold contacts. Step 7. Remove expansion cards. If the computer has a graphics card, Wi-Fi card, or other expansion cards, remove the screws securing them to the case. Gently pull the card straight out from its slot and place it in a safe location. Step 8. Remove the CPU cooler. Disconnect the CPU cooler's power cable from the motherboard. Then loosen the screws or release the clips holding the cooler in place. Carefully lift the cooler off the processor. Step 9. Remove the CPU, if necessary. If the task requires removing the CPU, lift the locking lever on the CPU socket. Carefully lift the processor out and hold it only by the edges. Never touch the pins or contacts. Step 10. Final inspection. After all components have been removed, inspect the inside of the case and the components for dust, damage, or loose parts. This is also a good time to clean the system before reassembly. Let's proceed to assembling process. Assembling is the process of putting together separate parts or components to form a complete and working system or product. 1. Install the motherboard. Carefully place the motherboard into the case, aligning it with the screw holes and rear I/O panel. Then screw it in gently but firmly. This step is important because the motherboard is the main circuit board that connects all computer parts, so it must be positioned correctly and securely. 2. Install the CPU processor. Open the CPU socket on the motherboard. Align the processor correctly using the markings, usually a triangle corner guide, and gently place it in. Lock the socket lever after installation. This step must be done carefully because the CPU is the brain of the computer and its pins or contacts are very sensitive. 3. Install RAM memory. Insert the RAM sticks into the memory slots by aligning them properly and pressing down until the side clips lock them in place. This step is important because RAM handles temporary data and helps the computer run smoothly, especially during multitasking. 4. Install storage, HDD/SSD. Mount the hard drive or SSD into its slot or bracket, then connect the SATA data cable to the motherboard and the power cable from the PSU. This step is necessary because storage holds the operating system and all files of the computer. 7. Organize cables and check connections. Before closing the case, arrange the cables neatly to improve airflow and avoid blockage of fans. Also, double-check if all components are properly connected and secured. This step helps prevent overheating and system errors. 8. Close the casing and test the system. Finally, place the side panel back and screw it tightly. Connect all external cables again and turn on the computer to test if it boots properly. This final step confirms that the assembly was successful and all parts are working correctly. And that is the assembling and disassembling of CPU. I hope you learned from our video. Thanksy.
I just had to let you know you're